What's up guys, Nerf Nerd here, and in today's video I'm going to be modifying the Nerf Ultra Pharaoh. So my upgrade spring has just come in with the new O-ring. So what I'm going to do is take out all of these screws and then we can get into it. Okay, so once that is all off, you've removed the one side of the shell, you go ahead and take this barrel out. And if we remove this bit here, as you can see, we can get into this part here. So take out the spring, lift this up, and if you twist this up like that, it should let you pull the whole plunger tube out. So what you want to do is unclip these tabs here, and then the spring will literally just eject out, so keep that in mind. So once you pop that off, you have the spring, and you can literally just hit that out there. And this should be in here. There you go. So you can see I've already whacked out the air restrictor. So you can either drill it out or whack it out, up to you how you want to do it. We have this part here. I'm just going to swap on the new O-ring. I've just put that on with some extra grease. Now we can slide that back in there. And I can put in the new spring here. So this one is a lot firmer. About the same size though, but a lot stronger spring. So I can just slot that in there. And then I should just be able to clip the cap back on those two pieces there. I can slot this back in here. So you angle it like this. Slot it in there. Alright, and slide that in. Don't be afraid to kind of really give it a bit of force to wiggle it around and twist it in, because it is a little bit awkward, but that's all in now. Now I can go ahead and turn this, make sure this is facing down that way, like this, and then you just push it in and slot it in. There we go, a bit of wriggling around, got it in, and I can just put the spring back in here. Cool, so that is in now. Now I can just put this one back in again. So you just kind of got to slot it in. It's a bit finicky, but you got to put the spring in, slot the spring in down there, slip it into the dart gate and wriggle around and get it to sit properly. There we go. So the best way to kind of do it is to try and leave this piece and this piece out first. So the spring and that piece out. Get it mostly in, then slide the piece in, and then slide the spring in, and it should all sit in there nicely. So I'm also going to change out the catch spring for the trigger mechanism here. So I just undid the two screws. I've taken it out. And I've just undone the clips here, here, and here. And take this apart. And there is the spring in there that I want to swap out with this one. Alright, so I just took those pieces off. I had to trim down the plastic a little bit to get the new spring to fit. So I can just slot that in there now. So you can see that's slotted in there. Now I'm just going to put this piece back in. Like that. And I can put the trigger in. Like there, and then just clip this back on. Okay, so that's all back in there. I just need to do the two screws up together. So we can just put this piece back in here, like that. Put the big, intimidating fake muzzle back in, and then put this back on here. And then after that, I can just chuck these two pieces on there, do the clamps up, put the shell on, and the scope here, like that. Alright, and with the magic of editing, this will all be done up. And boom, it is all back together. So, I'll go grab some chrono readings now. Initially, when I got this and I removed the air restrictor, I got it second hand, it was shooting about 75 feet per second. So we'll see what it's getting up to now. 99. 93, 95, 101, 98, 99. It's basically shooting about 100 feet per second, which from 75 feet, the spring's given it another 25 feet per second, which really brings it up to where you could use it in a somewhat competitive Nerf war. And I do find as well with the Ultra darts, they do tend to fly a lot further than the normal Elite darts do. It's shooting much better now than it was in the first video I made of it, and yeah, I'm excited to actually use it in a real battle. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.